Well, ladies and gentlemen, so today we are going to be covering our conjunction of Mars and Jupiter and what happens when you have Mars and Jupiter in your horoscope in the same sign and in the same house, which is literally makes it a conjunction. And as always, if you do not know where your Mars is placed, where your Jupiter is placed, what kind of conjunctions you have, for that, check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunctions, and Aspects of the Speed of Light, including my new magazine on career and destiny. And all the other things are at this link below. So let's talk about Jupiter and Mars conjunction. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is Jupiter? As you know from my previous conjunctions, Jupiter is knowledge, divine knowledge. Jupiter is guru, teacher, professors. Jupiter is spirituality, and Jupiter is the written law and the religion on this plane. So Jupiter has these dual personality. He can be a very strict, religious, orthodox person, or Jupiter can be this very much a spiritual guru. And that all depends on which sign Jupiter is leaning on. Is he leaning more on Sagittarius, which is all about the law and religion, philosophy, or is it leaning on Pisces, which is more spirituality? And Jupiter also is a significator of children, significator of wealth. Now, what is Mars? Mars is a warrior, fighter, soldier, athlete, firefighter. He's an engineer, surgeon. He's a blacksmith. He's the one who makes guns. He's the one who just wants to fight. And he's the warrior who is disciplined and ready to serve the higher purpose, ready to serve the king. This is why a soldier is seen from this, because soldier is what? Soldier wants to serve something big, something higher than himself. But he wants to do something which is righteous, something which stands for the truth. And Mars is willing to die for that truth. So what happens when these two planets are conjunct together? And pretty much what I mean by conjunction is they're conjunct less than 10 degrees. 10 degrees to 12 degrees max. Otherwise, then the conjunction effect gets looser. Okay? What this shows is a warrior, or I should say a teacher with a sword. This is a teacher who's like this with warrior mentality. A teacher who wants to go out there and teach the students through his willpower and through his strength. A teacher and a person who's willing to lay down the sword to bring something right into the world, to make this big, immense change into the world. And this is the most motivating conjunction in astrology. These are the people who are they want to take action towards teaching the world, towards telling the world something important. They want to spread the news to the world that, look, this is how it's done, this is what it needs to be done. And if you don't do it, you're going to be killed. Not because I'm going to kill you, because if you don't do the right thing, you're going to suffer. So these are the greatest motivational teachers out there. These are the ones who will go, like, here's the thing about this conjunction. They want to take action. When they decide on something, like, okay, I want to do this, they will do it. They don't care how long it takes, whatever it takes, they will do it. And remember, Jupiter is knowledge. And Mars is about digging deep for investigating things. So usually this conjunction represents a medical person, like a doctor, surgeon, somebody who's not afraid to use their knowledge to dig deep for the truth, to dissect something, to cut something open. And these are the people who stand by their belief system. So their willpower with their belief system and their knowledge that they have attained throughout their life experience becomes this like locomotive rocket machine that keeps building with time and age. And especially because of the fact Jupiter represents finance and money, and Mars represents energy, these guys have tremendous amount of energy to go out and make money. They are the ones who are willing to find money and treasure in the hardest places, like you can leave them in a desert and they will somehow find gold there. And when it comes to athleticism, passionate about athleticism. But the main underlining with this conjunction is that they want to do something dynamic. They need to do something big that will bring the righteous knowledge into the world. They want to do something that will be out there known as the revolutionary, substance, where they revolutionize something. So it becomes a very power conjunction. Why is this more powerful than even, let's say, Jupiter-Sun conjunction, Sun-Mars conjunction, Saturn-Mars conjunction? Because of the fact these are two very, very good friends, and they do not burn each other up. Like, let's say Sun has the ability to burn Mars if it gets too close, heat Mars up. Saturn has the ability to create a war zone with Mars. But when Jupiter and Mars comes into play together, these are like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. This is like Kapil Dev and Ravi Shastri. This is like Ronaldinho and David Beckham together, working in the same team. These guys just understand the dynamic of how things are done and how should be done. It's like, in order for you to, let's say, play basketball. Sure, you can shoot the ball and you can jump high, but if you do not have the intelligence of when to pass the ball, when to drive in, how to drive in, who to give the screen to, then it's wasteful. Your talent goes into waste. And that's where Mars and Jupiter comes into play, where the knowledge and the action have proper balance, proper direction. These people do not take the action unless they assess something, unless they see something forthcoming. That, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this is how I'm going to do it. And because I'm going to do this, this is what's going to happen. So they become very much in tuned with their action of what they're going to be doing. But remember our dynamic of conjunction, which is, if a planet holds the lowest degree, holds the bigger power, bigger say. So let's discuss what happens when, let's say, Jupiter holds the lowest degree versus Mars holding the lowest degree. So let's say if in this conjunction Jupiter holds the lowest degrees. So let's say your Jupiter is at 9 degrees, Mars is at 13 degrees, 14 degrees, 12 degrees, 11 degrees. So Jupiter holds the lowest degrees. What happens here is that their action, their ability to take action, because now Mars is sitting on the throne of Jupiter, whatever action they exert into the world, it's always to guide, it's always to teach. And it is done through assessment, it's done through judging, it's done through knowledge. Okay, I've attained the knowledge, now I can take action. And there's this whole purpose of, hey, I just want to teach. I know I'm a lawyer, but I'm going to fight to teach people the right things. I'm going to fight to guide people towards the right things. So here, knowledge becomes the base for Mars. Only after a certain knowledge can Mars perform its action. So in a way, this conjunction says that, okay, you want to take action, you're going to have to learn something first. You're going to have to spend some time with your gurus. You're going to have to spend some time learning a certain thing before you take action. Otherwise, you'll be failed. But let's say if in this dynamic, Mars holds the lowest degrees and Jupiter holds the highest degrees. So let's say Mars is at 4 degrees, 5 degrees. Jupiter is at 10 degrees, 11 degrees. So now Jupiter is in the throne of Mars. So now what Mars says, look, I know we're here to teach people. I know we're here to guide people. I know we're here to take action and take bold action, bold steps, and not be afraid of it. Let's not try to learn something first and try to assess what's going on. Let's just go in the battlefield and somehow we'll learn it. So what happens with Mars holding the lowest degrees, these people become restless. Like, these are the people who, if they have an idea, you know what the best scene is? The best scene I can describe you with Mars holding the lowest degrees and Jupiter holding the highest degree is in the movie Social Network, when he's talking to the two friends in downstairs in the dorm room about Facebook, thefacebook.com. and they talk about how people will have privileged access and only people in Ivy League will have it. And suddenly Mark Zuckerberg, like, whoa, 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 whoa. He saw the entire empire, the billion-dollar empire, right in that moment. And what did he do? He left the middle of the conversation, ran to his dorm room, locked himself for 3 weeks until he created the original codes for Facebook. He says, I don't care. I don't need to know about anything. I don't need to research of who wants to do what. I have to first create it and then I'll fix it. So this is where you will find people who are addicted to taking action. When they think of something, it's done first before it's assessed, realized, and fixed. Where Jupiter holding the lowest degree says, okay, let's collect our data first. Let's collect our knowledge, see what's happening. Okay, let's take action. Both of them are just as good. But what happens with Mars holding the lowest degrees, they're like, okay, you want me to play basketball? Okay, I don't need to watch any videos. Oh, this is the hoop, this is the ball. Okay, I'm going to start throwing it. And somehow I'll make it and I'll learn it. Teach me later. Let me just see what it feels like first. The feeling of taking action becomes more prominent here than anything else. So this can also be bad. Let's say a person is a general, president of a country. They're like, okay, so we need to take care of this terror group in this region. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Let's just do this. Let's drop a bomb in here. Just drop a secret atomic bomb. Let's just wipe out the entire city where everything is. We'll assess later how we're going to deal with the media and everything if they find out. So a general with this, a person in a military mode with this can actually become quite dangerous. Like they will not see that they can hurt innocent people. They can hurt innocent civilians. They'll be like, no, let's just get rid of the problem. Sure, we're going to kill people, but guess what? Major problem will be gone. So it's always a good with both of them. One first assesses the situation, then takes the action. One just says, let's just take the action. The idea comes in, they take action. The idea comes in for this, all right, let me do this, and then I'll see later on if it's good, bad, if it's working or not. I'll figure it out. That's the kind of mentality happens. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Jupiter and Mars conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And again, if you want to know where your Mars and Jupiter are and what conjunctions you're having in your horoscope, for that, check out the links here and check out my astrological report, my books, consultations. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with some other video or on Monday.